Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to see if we can find some messages about what you may be experiencing the next 30 days. This reading is going to be for the month of June 2021, but this is also a timeless reading, so it will apply no matter when you watch this video. But for the month of June, we're presently in Mercury retrograde in the sign of Gemini, which is double Mercury energy. And we also have a solar eclipse coming this month as well, I think June 11th. So we have three different piles right here. We have the Stargazer, set your sights higher, with this aquamarine stone, and this is pile 1. And we have pile 2, which is the Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing, and we have it with this, I think it's mahogany obsidian. And then we have, this is pile 2, then we have pile 3, which is the Shaman, trust in higher forces, with this clear crystal quartz right here. Okay, I'm going to grab all of these stones so that you can maybe get a closer look at it, to just see which one you resonate with. So this is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, for pile 1, let's see if we can read from the book about these cards so that we can get a very specific message. So, Stargazer. So for the Stargazer, we have sets your sights higher. Go beyond your limitations and believe that the impossible is possible. Do you remember wishing on a star when you were a child and in your innocence believing that your wish could come true? The Stargazer connects with the energy of the cosmos, reminds you that you have the ability to draw in support from the universe. His cloak and his sparkles and light shows that you are closer to the energy of the universe than you think. You don't have to go out looking for it. It's already there. So look beyond where you are and create even bigger dreams, visions, and goals, because with the help and power of the cosmos, those wishes can come true. You're on the verge of a miracle. All of your dreams and aspirations are within your grasp, and you are being guided to focus on your vision. Angels who are with you are encouraging you. There's nothing that you cannot have or achieve. There's an opportunity at this time to heal an old wound or pattern of lack and not feeling good enough. In the past, you've often found it impossible to recognize your worth and to believe that you're deserving of blessings. Angel and ancestor wisdom is reminding you that you are an incredible and infinite spark of the universe. And the universe is not only within you, it absolutely adores you. You are talented, filled with strength, and have the abilities you need to turn your wildest dreams into reality. That is so good. Okay, let's see if we can find some energies, some astrological energies from this Black Moon Lilith deck. It's an astrology deck. And let's see if we can figure out what we need to set our sights higher on, or what kind of blocks we might need to work through so that we can figure out how to get to the next point. Because we are in retrograde season, probably a lot of these cards are going to be about inner work. Because Mercury retrograde and, solar eclipse, eclipse season and retrograde season is really calling for us to look inwards. Okay, so we have Pisces. I believe. Yes, believe in yourself. We have lunar eclipse change. Whatever you are experiencing right now is happening very quickly. And you might have experienced something in the recent lunar eclipse, which was only a few days ago. It was the later part of May. You might have experienced something really big, and it created this grand cross provoker moment. So this reading's sort of telling me to go back a little bit the last few days so that we can make sense of the days to come. What I'm seeing right here is that something happened that just shook your world, probably within the last week. And I feel like Spirit's wanting to tell you that what happened is for your benefit. It might not feel like it's for your benefit, but it is for your benefit. Please believe that it is. It might have felt like something was taken from you, but it is for you. Spirit wants you to look at the stargazer and say, you know, your foundation was recently shook because it wants you to set your sights higher. It wants you to set your sights on something different, something that serves you. So for the Grand Cross Provoker, this is when 4 of the elements in either fixed, cardinal, or mutable signs, but 4 of the elements are creating friction with each other, conflict with each other, because they're doing this this balancing act. So it's like having 4. It's like having 4 different 1, 2, 3, 4 different pegs of a foundation. And it's like they're constantly creating conflict with one another. Laughing at my fingers. They're constantly creating conflict with another because they're trying to find a steady foundation, like a steady foundation where they're supporting each other. But what happens is, for all of these foundations to be strong, a lot of times it looks like a ping pong ball. Well, this one's irritating that one, and that one's irritating that one, and they're all irritating each other so that they get stronger. So by the time that you're done with this Grand Cross Provoker, every foundation is very solid, and that creates a lot of like a mixture of the Magician and the Temperance energy. You know, it's like the Magician creates everything that it needs to manifest, whereas the Temperance creates that like balance and moderation. Let's see if we can get some messages from Tarot to further describe this process for us. Oh my gosh, you are working hard. Whatever is happening right now, you are working hard, but you are strong. You are so strong. And I love how this Strength card is like touching both the Grand Cross Provoker and Believe. It's saying, believe in your strength. Believe in yourself. This hard work is going to pay off, and you're going to persevere. It's going to be victory for you. It's going to be progress, movement, integration. You're going to get everything you want. And then you'll be able to look to the future and see what you want to do next. This is, the point where you're in contemplation and assessing your direction in life. I feel like right now this is saying that you've been working so hard in this Grand Cross Provoker. You're trying to find your inner temperance, your inner balance, your inner moderation, and Spirit's reminding you to believe in yourself. You are strong. And it's saying that this victory is on the way for you. This progress is on the way for you. You're going to be moving away from this Grand Cross Provoker because you are going to balance all of your 4 pegs. You're going to create a solid foundation. And when you can build that solid foundation, you're going to be able to look to the future. You're going to be able to look to the future, and you're going to be able to have that quick change. And I love these 2s together because when I see the 2 of Cups, yes, it does point to partnership and mutual attraction. And for some of you, this might be a relationship. This might have to do with relationships. But for others, this might be an alchemical union internally, like an intermarriage internally, like the intermarriage of your inner masculine and your inner feminine. And what I'm seeing is because these two cards are touching this lunar eclipse change here, that this is what the recent week or the time frame around the most recent lunar eclipse, or if this is a timeless reading for you, this is what you're being led to. You're being led to a point where you can look out into the future and figure out what you want to create. Okay, let's see if I can get a final... Oh, beautiful. Fool's journey. This is a new journey for you. Once you go through all of this, you are going to get to the World card, and you get to start fresh, your new journey, where you get to set your sights higher. So, this is a really great reading. Okay, the Emperor card fell out. Oh my gosh, the Emperor card, I mean, this is like all four kings right here. This is structure, stability, power. This is you getting everything you want. This is a confirmation. When you set your sights higher, you will achieve. You are going to achieve what you want. Okay. Let's see if we can get a few advice cards. This is a gorgeous reading. Let's see if we can get a few advice cards. Spiritual values, long-range thinking, or travel. What is to be shared? The ninth house has to do with higher education, higher learning, travel. Okay, I think the most general, since this is a general reading, the most general thing to look at is to look ahead. When you set your sights higher, make sure that your means meet the end goal. Make sure that they're connected. Make sure that all of the steps that you take along the way actually lead you to where you want to go. Okay. And the other two advice cards, also from the Ancestor deck, I think they're saying to shift your perspective and enjoy your success and happiness. So I feel like with these two cards together, I feel like this might be pointing to check your thoughts, because they could be blocking you right now. You might be struggling with a little bit of like a little bit of a poverty consciousness or a lack consciousness, and seeing that you had some tough cards in the previous portion of this reading, it could be a result of whatever happened to you the last week that was so hard. It might have been putting you into a space, it might have put you into a space where you didn't feel like the universe was supporting you, and the universe is here right now saying, I did this for you. This is for you. We did these things to help you set your sights higher to reach your goal. Enjoy success and happiness. Shift your perception. I feel like this is saying it wants you to also lift your energy some. Maybe your energy has been a little heavy lately. Lighten it up a little bit. Lighten your energies up a little bit so that you can kind of open your hand to receive. Because I think sometimes when we're stressed out, our hands are like this, and anything that tries to come to us, we can't grab the opportunity because our hands aren't open. Okay. And I I feel like the mixture of what is to be shared, along with this aquamarine stone, which is one associated with the throat chakra, is there might be something that you have to, like possibly you might be in some sort of communications field, like a writer or a journalist or education or something where you share what you know with other people. And this might just be a reminder. Or maybe you're in some sort of like art, some sort of expression of some kind. Because the throat chakra doesn't always have to mean talking per se. It's just expression of who you are. And so, that might be a part of your journey as well. Okay. So, pile 1, this was your reading. I hope that this brought you peace, clarity, and conviction towards your next steps. And remember to trust in yourself. Hit the subscribe button and the little bell to be notified with new readings or astrological insights. And please check out the description box below if you're interested in booking a personal reading with me through Etsy, Fiverr, or directly contact me through Gmail. If you're looking for a way to donate $1 to support my channel, I have links below for Zelle or PayPal. And you can also find me on Instagram and Facebook. The links are below for free daily readings and astrological transits. Okay, now we're on pile 2, Medicine Mother. Okay. In the last reading, I read the card first. I'm having a feeling like I might have to read this one last, and I don't really know why. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the reading, and then we're going to read the card about the Medicine Mother. Okay, so we have our Black Moon Astrology deck so that we can figure out what other energies that you might be working with right now. Ooh, North Node, Life Purpose. That's amazing. That's such a good card. That makes so much sense too with Honor Your Inner Knowing, because your North Node is like your soul's journey. This is what you came here. This is what you came here to learn. And this is what you came here to experience. Wow. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. Okay. I feel like maybe this is my pile of healers here. That maybe part of your North Node is to heal while you are helping to heal others. So, the mythological story of Chiron is he was wounded and he became the wounded healer, whereas he healed, as he was healing others, it was healing him. And this part of fortune increase, I feel like this is, this to have part of fortune with North Node together is amazing. Like, you might have a really strong connection between these 2 points in your chart, because the part of fortune is when your sun, moon, and ascendant, this is the unique position between those four points, and this is when you can learn how to express yourself so that you can experience success and prosperity in the world. And I feel that because North Node falls in the middle here with the Medicine Mother, that it's kind of saying that following your inner knowing is your part of your purpose. And part of your purpose is, I think, to heal others. And this will also maybe be something that you can be compensated for as well. That's amazing. Okay, so we also have, we're also going to do a tarot portion to see if we can do a timeline here. So let's see what we have. So these are the first 2 cards that came out. We have the 4 of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. And I feel like, okay, so the Four of Pentacles, it's a very interesting card in the sense that some people interpret it as in financial stability, and other people interpret it as hoarding or feeling poor or holding yourself back out of fear. So I'm kind of picking it up as the latter one. I feel like this is a reminder that you need to be in a position to surrender to a new perspective, so that you can sort of see where you're holding yourself back. Because once you can do that, you're going to be able to take action and manifest what it is that you want. And not only what it is that you want, but what it is that you came here to do from an ego, not from your ego perspective, but from your soul perspective. Gosh, 4 major arcana, that's crazy. Because what you came here to experience is, yes, it is joy, it is happiness, it's success, it's that feeling of being well, but it's also a rebirth. This is your calling. The judgment has to do with the part of us that we've completed every other step from the Fool all the way to the Sun. Because the Sun comes right before judgment, and the Magician is the second card of the deck, so it's kind of like saying this is like, you're moving. You've already moved really quickly. You've already moved very quickly. I'm so sorry. These cards are not even showing up. Okay. You've moved very quickly. You've moved very quickly from the Magician to the Sun card. So you've already done quite a bit of healing. Quite a bit of healing to the point where you are about to, or you're now experiencing that time where you are pausing and you're reflecting on your journey of everything that you've experienced, and you're going to reach this point where you understand that your inner calling, everything that you've experienced in life that might have hurt you or caused you suffering, that this is your inner calling. I mean, you're Chiron, the inner, the wounded healer. Things that you have experienced. I don't like to say that it's like karma or that it's some sort of big plan, because I have a very strong resistance to saying that you are meant to suffer for a reason. But I do think that good things can still come from bad things. That there are still, we can still pull forth wisdom and experience that we can share. Through our hardships, we can share what we've learned with other people. And this is the last card that came up. 3 of Cups. This is a celebration. This is you celebrating with, your friends and with other people. This journey. I feel like maybe once you really step into this path, once you really stop to assess what is holding you back, you're going to be able to share, you're going to be able to share so much joy and happiness, I think, maybe with other people that are walking the same path as you. Okay, let's see if we can get a few advice cards, and then we'll read the description about the Medicine Mother. I'm sorry, I just hit my camera. Cherish, enjoy, charm, art, and beauty are the way to. Venus. I mean, this could be This could be saying that you're a Taurus or a Libra, or you have some sort of connection to the 2nd or the 7th house. I kind of feel like this is saying that you bring, the 7th house has to do with, other partnerships. And the 2nd house has to do with value. I feel like it's, in short, saying that you bring value. You bring value to others. Okay, and so this is saying, see your seeds grow and trust in the unknown. That there may be, you might have recently planted some new seeds and you're just kind of sitting there watching to see if they're growing, and maybe they're not quite growing yet. And I feel like Father Sky is coming in here and just saying you just have to trust. Follow and honor your inner knowing. Have a good time and cherish this path that you're on. And, things will turn out as they are meant to. Okay, so now we're going to read about the Medicine Mother. Take action. Do what you know you need to do. Mother always knows best, they say, and it's true. We all know a maternal figure who's extremely intuitive and insightful. And this Medicine Mother has gone through many ups and downs. We were just talking about this. She has lived and she has lost. She knows what it's like to suffer and to want to give up. Oh my gosh, yes, that reminds me so much of that Chiron healing card. So the medicine of this card is that it's okay to make mistakes and it's okay to get it wrong sometimes. And it's okay for things to come to an end. It is not the end of the world. It's just the end of one chapter and the beginning of something new. Yes, Father Sky says trust in the unknown and see your seeds grow. This is you beginning something new. It reminds me of that judgment card too. It's when you're assessing everything that you've been through. You're right on the precipice of completion of this old cycle and you're about to begin a new one. While you're assessing your inner calling and really walking your soul's path of your North Node, and plus the infusion of your part of fortune, and it's a very prosperous path for you. You might not see it right now, but it is going to be. The Medicine Mother reminds you that even though you will have low lows, you aren't here to suffer. You're here to be supported and to support others. Oh my gosh, this is so much like the reading. Let her give you the loving encouragement to take the next steps forward. There is an old pattern rising up in you now, and it's time to deal with it and release it for good. Yes, that is just like that Four of Pentacles card we were talking about assessing what is holding you back. You're being encouraged to love and respect yourself enough to take the steps you need to take to move closer where you'd like to be. You already know the answers. You know what you need to do. You may have been using delaying tactics or holding back, but now you're being guided to take action. Action requires courage, but your angels and guides are bringing you the courage to move forward. Take just one step, and when you do, the next one will be presented to you. Okay, this is so beautiful. So yes, you are ready for action, but I have this little, itch in my throat that's sort of saying to remind you that it is still Mercury retrograde, depending on when you watch this. So when you take action during Mercury retrograde, you want to triple check your work if it's a new action, and you do want to postpone new actions. But I have a feeling that this action is not new. This is like kind of something that you've been thinking about and pondering on, I think, for a while. And Mercury retrograde is the perfect time for rebirth and reinvention and remembering. Anything that starts with re. Okay, so that concludes your reading, pile 2. Please like this video if it brings you peace, clarity, or conviction towards your next steps in life. And remember to trust in yourself. Hit the subscribe button and the little bell to be notified when new readings or astrological insights. Please check out the description box below if you're interested in booking a personal reading with me through Etsy, Fiverr, or directly contact me through Gmail. If you are looking for a way to donate $1 to support my channel, I have links below for Zelle or PayPal. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, links below for free daily readings and astrological transits. Okay, now we're going to start pile 3. So we have the Shaman, Trust in Higher Forces. In the first reading, I read the card, the meaning of the card first, and the second one I read it last. So I'm kind of feeling like reading it last for this one as well. Okay, so we're going to do a few astrological cards from the Black Moon Astrology deck to just kind of see what energies we're working with right now for pile 3. Saturn, Truth. Ooh, Karma. Is karma a theme for you right now? What truth are you being shown? Ooh, good card. 10th house, the World. Are you being shown how you present yourself to the world, or are you being shown how to present yourself to the world? Mercury, mind. Well, we are in Mercury retrograde, so this might be in bottom deck energy, 8th house. So you're experiencing an ending right now, and an ending means a new beginning. So right now, you are being asked to trust in your process and in the higher forces. That right now some truths are being revealed to you, and they might not be coming to you in a very pleasant way because Saturn tends to be very challenging. For people that are experiencing it positively, maybe without some resistance, you might be welcoming the lessons. You might be welcoming the karma and the opportunity to clear it. And for those that might have some tough lessons, and that's not saying that you deserve it, not at all. That's just saying that however this particular lesson is presented to you, it's just presented to you in a tough way. That right now, this is going to be happening through the process of the Mercury retrograde, and it's probably wanting you to be aware of your thoughts in your mind and your behavioral patterns that are maybe playing on autopilot. But I think also with this 3 right here, I feel like it's also saying to be aware. Oh wow, 3 and 6. To be aware of what messages that you might be receiving from these higher forces right here. I like this owl right here. I feel like maybe your messages are coming through very wise, and which I also relate with Saturn, is that maybe you're channeling some very solid practical wisdom right now. And this practical wisdom is going to help bring you into a space of harmony so that we can, or you can, find your 10th house, the world. This is how you present yourself to the world, how your energies manifest into your career. It's like your public persona, but it's also, if you're a career-oriented person, this is also like your vocation as well. Okay, so these 2 cards came up. This 5 of Cups came over the Ace of Pentacles. So maybe you had possibly an opportunity, and maybe you're in a position by taking this opportunity, you feel like you have to give something up. Maybe you're not seeing it because you're dwelling on something negative, perhaps, and maybe that's what, this Mercury mind is trying to inform you, that you have a blessing, but you might not be seeing it right now. See if we can find some clarification. Oh, yes. See? You have an opportunity right now. There's something with potential, a potential to bring prosperity to, your 10th house placement, which is also the World card in the Major Arcana, which is the last card of the Major Arcana, which signifies completion, wholeness, attainment, celebration of life. You have an opportunity coming, but you're not seeing it. You're looking at these cups that's filled. Maybe something happened recently, and it's hard for you to see that something's on the way, but you do have these 2 cups right behind you. And this 9 of Cups here is, this is the wish fulfillment card. This is, being satisfied, fully satisfied with something. This is wish fulfillment. You have something on the way. And here we have the Queen of Pentacles. She's healthy in body, healthy in finances. She's grounded. She's calm. Oh, if there is a queen that aligns most with Saturn, it would definitely be the Queen of Pentacles. I mean, she's a very solid queen. I feel like with these 2 cards together, that maybe this is what you're wishing for. Whether this, is a person or whether that's you, that you might be wishing for some kind of balance, the wisdom to help you improve your health, help you improve your finances, help you to achieve abundance of some kind. 8 of Wands. This is happening fast for you, though. The 8 of Wands, speed, things manifesting very quickly. Oh, Justice. Fairness, equality, and balance. Oh gosh, I feel like I need a clarifier for Justice because it can just mean so many things. I mean, this could be like, okay. So maybe there was a, I don't want to say a 3-party situation, but maybe there was some sort of conflict of some kind. Some sort of conflict, and I feel like when this Justice comes through, then whoever this person is, or if it's family or a group of friends or another person, that when this Justice card comes through, you're going to be able to feel like this hopefully is behind you, and that you can find some justice for what has happened in the past, some fairness, some equality, some balance, and you guys can celebrate about it in the end, or maybe it'll just be you celebrating about it in the end. But the fact that this happens under the 10th house world, I mean, this signifies a major completion of whatever is happening fast, and whatever this, balancing up the scales is, you're going to get to a point where you can finally celebrate the closure of it. And you're going to be moving away from the past after that closure. I just want to get one more card. Moving away from the past and also surrendering to a new perspective or achieving enlightenment. I love that little crown right there. I feel like this whole scenario is going to help you see everything in a whole new way. Oh, bottom deck energy, Wheel of Fortune. All of this is bringing you all of the ups and downs lately, the cycles, all the changes. They're bringing you good things. You know, it might be hard because you felt like there's a loss, and you're seeing that you have to move away. But in the end of it, you know, you're going to see everything for what it was. And then you can finally feel like good luck is going to be happening to you again. And you will find a completion with all of this. Let's see if we can find you some advice cards. I'm sort of getting a feeling like you might have had some sort of long-standing conflict, and it's finally going to be reaching a close with all of these tough energies of Mercury retrograde, the retrograde season, the eclipse season, and hopefully you guys are going to be finding a close with whatever it is. Okay. The highest ideals, the rules, get it out in the world. Get another card for that. Sagittarius. Have a feeling that this is less about the messages of the card and more about the time period. I feel like Sagittarius season, I think, is when you might experience this closure. Although this is supposed to be a next 30 days reading, I do feel that maybe this is what really wanted to come out, the Jupiter card, which is ruled by Sagittarius. The granting of blessings from and good fortune. So I think that you want to be very mindful of the energies that you choose the next 30 days. Because I feel like you want to stay on this track. This is a good track right now. You know, Spirit, I think, really wants you to adjust your perspective and see if you're not seeing the blessings. Because Spirit's trying to say it wants you to grow inside the situation that you're in. It wants you to grow inside the situation that you're in. And you might consider watching the second reading as well, because this was the card for the second reading, the Medicine Mother. Follow your inner knowing. I have a feeling that, look at this. Wise One, the Shaman, and the Medicine Mother. Sagittarius, Jupiter. I feel like this is Spirit's wanting to remind you that you might have, yes, experienced maybe a long-standing struggle, but you are coming out of this with so many blessings. So many blessings. Okay, I think these are the actual advice cards, because these didn't seem like advice cards. This seemed more like a pep talk. I feel like maybe you felt kind of discouraged lately, and maybe you kind of forgot who you are for a moment. And I feel like Spirit's wanting to remind you you are wise, and you have the ability to grow inside of your current situation. Here's 2 owls right here. You're probably a very old soul. You are wise. Listen to the messages that are coming from higher forces, and honor your inner knowing. You know, that to me, that's the most beautiful channel. If you can trust your inner knowing, and you can be receptive to the messages from higher forces, that is just how we have access to the highest wisdom. Okay. These are, I think, are your advice cards, though. We have Warrior, be fearless and stand strong, and Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. Oh gosh, lots of energies right here. I feel like in this maybe long-standing conflict that you've been in, I feel like sometimes when we're in a situation for a long time where we felt like we're helpless in it or victimized in it or that things are unfair, I feel like sometimes we need to remember that we're not usually the victim 100% of the time. Even though we might have been so 70, 80, 90% of the time. You know, I feel like sometimes, with having these energies out here, I feel like, sorry, this is just gonna maybe hit hard, but I feel like let's be mindful of when we might be a little bit too prideful with what we've experienced. A little bit too, I don't like to say, it's like a lesser degree of sanctimonious. It's just, I feel like it's sort of saying, let's separate ourselves from the situation for a little bit so that it can be less about what's right and what's wrong, and just see what is needed for you to grow inside of this situation. What is your inner knowing telling you? What are the higher forces telling you? What is your wisdom telling you? Your old soul. Connect to your old soul. Maybe this conflict has disconnected you sometimes. You know, I feel like sometimes when we're surrounded by conflict so much, it's like anti-Jupiter. We feel like we don't have blessings, we don't have good fortune. We retract from the world, we become small, and it's just like, I feel like Spirit's saying, remember that in every situation, it's not justified that you are mistreated, but there is growth in every situation. It doesn't make anything right, what happened, but you can transform inside your situation and come out so much stronger because of it. I feel like for some of you, be fearless and stand strong means be strong enough to let go of the need to be right. Because it's very hard to move from the place of protective pride. And I like to say protective pride because I don't think pride is always a conscious choice. Sometimes it's a protective mechanism. It protects us because we know that if we are not prideful and protective, we can be vulnerable. And sometimes in that, being in a very high conflict situation and being vulnerable can feel like it could destroy you in any minute. And I feel like the warrior is here to remind you that you're very strong. Something's coming through for me where I just feel whatever the situation is and whatever this long-standing situation is, don't look at yourself. So let's say if it happened 10 years ago or 20 years ago, you aren't really the same person you were from 10 or 20 years ago. You aren't as helpless as you were then, or as vulnerable as you were then. The medicine mother has come out through your process to teach you how to listen to your inner knowing. The shaman has come through with the owl sending messages to and from higher forces to support you. You've been very supported by Spirit through this whole thing. The wise one here is saying, that in your current situation, you have grown so strong. You have created such a strong and beautiful balance between the Peacekeeper and the warrior. And I feel like, these two astrological cards here are sort of, it's bringing me back to that Five of Cups card that was coming out earlier, which is, saying dwelling on the negative, dwelling on, maybe the past even. I feel like it's saying don't look 10 or 20 years ago unless you're healing from it, because if you're consciously moving to the past in an effort to heal, that's a beautiful thing to do. But recognize that who you are today is a very evolved person. You have so many blessings. You have so many blessings coming to you. So many. Okay. So let's see if we can read. Let's read this shaman card right here real quick to see if we can get some additional messages. It's interesting. I've had this deck for a while, and I rarely pull this shaman card, and it's kind of neat that it came up for this reading. Okay. So the shaman. Trust in your angels, your guides, and your ancestors. If you have given your power away, claim it back. Oh, that's that justice card right there. On the inner planes, all the shamans of times gone by are helping the human race to understand the complexities of life and the needs of Mother Earth. Many are working as spiritual guides and light workers and light warriors. Oh, maybe that's you. The shaman card brings the energy of your shaman guides to you. Shamans believe that when there was illness or disease, it was because a person's power had been left behind somewhere, or a negative pattern had installed itself in them. In trance, they would travel to the underworld to recall this power and remove the demon. Oh, wow. I feel like this is saying that you're in this process. I feel like this reminds me of the Hanged Man card that came up, where that's a symbol for being in the underworld and removing the demons through, really finding the enlightenment through this situation with the help of the medicine woman, the wise one, and the shaman. If this card comes to you, it's because you need to do some release work with lower energies or with your lack of trust in the spiritual energies that are guiding you. The shaman will aid you in your quest. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. There are spiritual allies working in your favor, and their miracles will unfold much more easily when you move into a state of trust. So call back your power and stop allowing external forces to divert you from the miracles you deserve. Hand over all of your concerns to your spiritual allies. When you do so, you allow them to send you intuitive guidance and messages that will allow you to correct this situation and come out on top. Yes, that's, I think, what the Peacekeeper was coming in to tell you. I just have to repeat that again. When you do so, you allow them to send you intuitive guidance and the messages that will allow you to correct this situation. Come out on top. It's less about right or wrong and more about how do you correct the situation. I feel like this is sort of saying that although inner healing is so important, it's so important to remove the quote-unquote demons. But when it comes to actually moving on, I think there's a recognition that we're all here learning. And some people, unfortunately, that we come across take advantage of that, but also recognizing it's sad that it's normal, but it's part of life. And part of being that old soul and that wise one is learning how to come out on top by suspending yourself like the hangman and just really figuring out how to correct situations. Really figuring out how to receive that balance through the justice card, The shaman card also shows you that you have shamanic potential to move between the realms and connect with your guides in an extremely personal way. Wow. So how interesting. Do you feel like you're a shaman possibly? Maybe. I mean, I hate saying that we go, this is one of my pet peeves. I don't like saying that we go through what we go through to learn our gifts. I think that we learn our gifts because it was a choice. You know, it was because it was the best outcome of that choice. You know, it's not, I don't, maybe for some people they experience hardships and suffering because it's destiny or it's fate. And I think that if you feel that, that could be true. But I think in a great deal of situations, and I don't want to give a pretend number because I really don't know, bad stuff just happens because bad stuff happens, and it's a choice. It's a choice to make the best from it and to grow from it. And I think that that's just the beauty of human potential and willpower, is that we have the ability to connect to all of these amazing archetypes from history, and we have the ability to pull down the wisdom, pull down you know, the insights and the messages and the understanding, and really grow from the inside out. Okay, so this concludes your reading, pile 3. Please like this video if it brings you peace, clarity, or conviction towards your next steps in life, and remember to trust in yourself. Hit the subscribe button and the little bell to be notified with new readings or astrological insights. Please check out the description box below if you're interested in booking a personal reading with me through Etsy, Fiverr, or directly contact me through Gmail. If you're looking for a way to donate $1 to support my channel, I have links below for Zelle or PayPal. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook, links below for free daily readings and astrological transits. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful next 30 days. For some of you, some really amazing things are going to be happening. Remember, this is the very high growth phase of the year, so capitalize on it. Surrender to the process, trust in the process, take mindful action when it's aligned with every part of you. Okay, love you guys. Bye.